Anne Spencer here, and welcome to the Wellbeing Channel, the channel where we endeavour to take control of our minds and our bodies. Subscribe and follow and join me on the journey. Melodrama aside, it is all holistic, from nutrition to exercise, and of course, the power of the mind, the brain power. In the previous episode, if you had joined me, I talked of the growth and the mindset to keep rational when faced with change and all that uncertainty. And of course, there's plenty of uncertainty going around now, isn't there? Positive ways to develop that growth. In this episode, the second chapter, I want to present some of those ways to help you process that growth. Be on top of your mind. Yep. It's not how good you are, it's how good do you want to be. That's what I keep telling myself, and that's what I'm going for. This is the plan. So, chapter 2, growth mindset. What does that actually mean? Pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Believing that you can grow. Believing that your mind is adaptable. It's taking those existing abilities and stretching them as much as you can. A growth mindset thrives on a challenge, and it sees failure, doesn't see failure as such. If it does see it, it sees it as a springboard for growth. I like the sound of that. It's very action-packed. There's a book, actually, if you're interested, and it's called Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck. That is D-W-E-C-K, I think. Really interesting, and she talks about how growth mindset thrives on challenge. In other words, having a closed off or a fixed mindset, encouraging yourself to look at things in different ways. That fixed mindset, if you don't do that, can negatively impact on almost every aspect of your life. I guess, or in other words, your basic qualities are things you can actually cultivate and change and grow. Absolutely, even though some folks may differ in every other way possible, but in their initial talents and their aptitudes, that's all the same. So, profoundly as it is, may I say, by changing our perception of the definition of failure as such, we actually change the deepest meaning of effort and what that means to us. In other words, some you win and some you learn. Yeah, like that. A much better way of looking at things. It's about our mental health, isn't it? And our mental health problems can be a case of thinking about yourself as being difficult or troublesome in some way. Well, you're not, okay? You're not. Take it easy, just take it nice and easy and have fun with your life. Have fun taking control of being mindful. If we want to restore what we really are, then the first thing we have to do is accept. Acknowledge and accept yourself for what you are. So let me just give you those 5 ways. There's lots more, but 5 which will help you begin on this new wave of feeling. Yes. And you will then be able to train your mind to be stronger than your emotions. That's what I'm saying, all right? Number 1, acknowledge and embrace. Embrace all your imperfections, folks. Don't hide away from them. I don't. In fact, some of them can be really quite funny, I've noticed, and I quite like that. But just don't hide away from them, or you'll never accept them, or overcome them, even if you have to. So there is number 1. Acknowledge and embrace your imperfections. Number 2, view challenges as opportunities. Simple, right? That's simple. Relish your opportunities for self-improvement. Big throwaway words, that self-improvement and all these things. But it is, and not just in terms of career, every little day to improve yourself as you live your life and how you feel about yourself. That's what I mean by number 2. Number 3, try different learning techniques, because there is no one size fits all. That's just the thing, isn't it? Some things we can understand better than others. We've got different ways of learning, A bit like brass eyes, isn't it? 34C, 32 double D, FF. I'm not an FF, of course, but you get my meaning. No one size fits all, yeah? We are unique in the way in which we learn. So work out what's good for you guys. And then there's number 4, which I do quite a lot, and everyone probably does to a degree, is a little bit of research, I read about, obviously, health, but I actually follow research on brain plasticity. Sounds very complicated, but it can be simplified when you're starting to read about it. But basically, it's saying the brain isn't fixed. So the way I see it, the mind isn't fixed either. And that's a belief of mine. And when you know that, then you know that each day you'll have something different to give, something different to feel. Of course, there is so much out there, and you don't want to overdo it. But one or two things just picked up might just help you along your path. That's what I'm saying. So, number 5, I don't know why I number these, but it's just to break things down so you can kind of go with it more easily. Want you to replace the word failing with learning. Yep. Some you win, some you learn, like I said earlier on. And if you're using words that are limiting, it's amazing how they sort of take root and then you actually believe them for what they are worth or not worth, as the case may be. Enjoy the learning process, yeah? Whatever you're learning, everything's a curve. A non-fixed mindset, more open. The networks in your brain, because I've read this, they change and they grow and they reorganize in different ways so you can experience different things. I love that. I love that. It's just all the power of the will. But you have it if you want something enough. I was reading a book. It was Asagioli. I think I addressed him before. But he said that if a man from a previous civilization, say go back to the Roman days, if he were to come back now, he would soon notice that though man, us humans, have acquired an impressive degree of power over nature and technology, we can go to the moon, etc., etc., that his knowledge of and control over his inner being is very limited. So we are capable of going to the moon and to the bottom of the ocean, but largely ignorant of what is going on in the depths of our unconscious mind. And that's really where we want to go on this journey of what we're doing, to try and really address the subconscious within us, to become stronger and more aware and more mindful on the things that we do, think and feel. So we are enabled to cope with life circumstances and overall see the very best in life and in ourselves. I like that. I like that. So please subscribe and follow as usual to talk a little bit more on various other things, to sit back and just chat about everything. That sounds good. So guys, thanks for listening. Bye for now.